You may know my name, but do not know my story. You may have heard what I've done, but do not know who has done that. One such person is who we are talking about today, and he is none other than Mr. Lax Chepuri, CEO of Technogen, India as well as US. A humble gentleman and a successful entrepreneur. Let's understand his journey. Mr. Lax Chepuri, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
Okay. So, we wanted to know, you have done a lot of things. So, would you like to talk a little bit about Technogen, which you currently head as your role as CEO?
Yeah, we incorporated in 2003. That's my always a passion to incorporate company and be an entrepreneur. So we incorporated in 2003. Since then, we have been year over year growing successfully, even in the years like 2008-9 when the whole world is slumped. So thank God we've been doing well and year over year, and then we continue to serve a lot of companies like Fortune 100 companies are being our clients. So we're doing good, doing great actually in terms of the performance, and doing good.
Okay. Well, so what is the kind of customers that you cater to, and how big is your team?
Yeah, we have almost 450 employees right now globally. So we have teams in USA and India, especially now rural hub, IT hub in Khammam. That's
Okay.
been my passion to have employees there.
Oh, okay. That's nice to know. So, tell me about you. When did you decide that you want to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I basically moved into USA in 1998 after my studies, education, and all the stints I did here in India. So, been work for all telecom companies like you name it, Verizon, MCI, WorldCom, and AT&T. But it's always been a itching to start business and take risks. I'm willing to take risks, and that's been one of the primary things that you need for an entrepreneur to take risk. And always wanted to be on my own and do something. So be of my own thing. So that's when I started in 2003. Then slowly moved into this business side of the world, and it's almost from 2006 I'm out of employment completely because
Okay.
it's 15 plus years now.
So, 15 years. Has this journey been a cakewalk or a struggle? How do you rate your journey?
I mean, in any business you have unknown risks, so that is there. I don't say cakewalk because business is all about risks, but how passionately you do stuff, that matters. You know, if you think it's a risk is risk, but you don't enjoy it. But if you're a risk taker, as I told you, I'm a risk taker, so I enjoy risks, and I never felt it's like any problem running a business as long as you plan well. As you saying goes, you know, announce a plan is better than enough correction later. So you always have to have plan in place and strategy in place and execute it. You know, the result may be a variant of 5 or 10%, but otherwise you still reach what you want to reach.
Okay. So, when you decided to be an entrepreneur, did you first start off with Technogen as such, and what made you decide on Technogen, and what is that you wanted to offer to the market?
Basically, I've been working in IT, so that's all I know. So, and I have masters in business administration that will help you to manage the business. So, obviously, your first choice is IT. So, but I did venture into other disciplines like hotel management. I'm a serial entrepreneur, you can say. I invested in a lot of other startups. I do guide and mentor a lot of other startups. But Technogen being the anchor company, that's the first company. Previously, it used to be called Syscom Technologies, but in 2015, we changed the name to Technogen Inc.
So, tell us about the other startups, any startup that you are personally associated with.
Yeah, primarily we started Focal CXM in 2012. So that focuses more on customer experience management, CRM and CXM. So we service life sciences customers in that company, very exclusive in nature. But I do mentor a lot of other guys. I mean, sometimes I converted folks who came into my office to work as an entrepreneur. So right now I can say 20-30 of them really doing really good, because that transformation, right, you know, when you're moving from employment to entrepreneurship is always a challenging part. That is where you have to put your foot down and say, yes, I want to do it. If there is any doubt about it, you fail. You have to put heart and soul into it. That's the only way you can succeed. If as a entrepreneur, as a commander of the ship, if you have a doubt, you will not reach the destination. You got to believe in first, you got to believe in yourself, and you have to have 100% confidence in what you're doing. Fail and success is only a result. That don't think about the outcome of it. Put your best effort into it and put your heart and soul into it first. Okay? If you don't believe in it, it doesn't manifest into things. You got to believe in what you're doing it. Sometimes it may be wrong thing, okay, but you got to do it in the right way. And also I'm associated with other blockchain company and RPA. So right now, I mean, over the period of 17 years, what I learned, if you put all eggs in one basket, it's hard to sell. So now what I learned, we are trying to divide and conquer. So we putting very specific companies spin off into different areas and then go forward.
So we can see a new Warren Buffett happening. Don't put all eggs in one basket.
Yeah, that's more of investment policy, but yeah, you're right. When it comes to the story of telling, right? So if you say you do all, the customer may not be convinced. So that's where I said, okay, let's do each company specific in each line of business. So that's what we are doing now. If you look at it, we have health IT, and we have other companies, blockchain in life sciences and health IT. Based on technology, horizontally, vertically, we wanted to divide and then focus more, have different heads of companies.
The golden question: why IT Hub? What made you think of IT Hub?
So IT Hub is always been on back of my mind. In 2008, we started operations in Hyderabad for Technology in India, then Syscom Private Limited, right? So lot of rural kids come and knock our doors for jobs. We being small, I mean, how many people we can employ? So during the process, I said, that time we had 14 engineering colleges in Khammam, right? So I said, why don't we take IT to the rural setting, rural hubs? That's when I've been thinking, and then we employed a lot of kids from Khammam. But I said, why don't I take the company to the doorstep of Khammam? So, but in 2008 is too early, and the first initial thought came in 2013 when I met the then IT minister. So that was United Andhra. Responded positively, and we got into the discussion, and he was kind enough to say, okay, I'll give you some land, please do the construction. I said, I don't need a land, I just need a IT hub, a tower with some capacity, then I can bring entrepreneurs to start the operations. So, but unfortunately or fortunately, in 2014, the government changed and the state separated, then the journey started again. So from 2014 to 2017, I waited, and then I met the minister K.T. Ramarao, who positively responded to this requirement. I said, okay, Lex, but things may not be as good as, you don't have a power, because we used to have power cuts in 2017, and also the broadband is not that great as we see now. So those two are challenges, but I said, let's try, But now it's very favorable, because post-pandemic, people are working across the villages. If you see last 1 year, wherever you go to, whatever the village you go, people are really logging from their homes and doing their job. So it's kind of paradigm shift, I can say. So it's now very favorable. That's where you see, even not only first phase is done, second phase, even within 3 months, they gave the permission to go forward and construct it. So that's a great thing to feel about it. Yeah.
Congratulations on that achievement, and I think it's really a commendable effort that's done. I know that you're right now celebrating your success, but I'm sure this success is now. There is a lot of challenges that you faced in the last 7 years that you say that you have been doing this. So would you like to talk about the challenges that you face?
Yeah, challenges is, it's a government project. It's not like privately funded in a way you can just approve it and get it done. So government has its own processes to follow, and it takes time. It's convincing the department, convincing the employees to come, because your passion, nobody bothers about your passion, right? So, but ultimately I wanted to really create employment for the youth. There's no question. That's always my thought and the dream. So always say dream comes true. This is one dream always on my mind, right? So now it's a reality. So I'm very happy. And the challenges wise, yeah, we do have some challenges, but that's when I approached local MLA Puvvada Ajay Kumar garu. Then now he's a transport minister. He responded very positively. He is very supportive of this. He understood the way I understood the problem. He said, why don't we bring the employment here and create employment locally? Because a lot of grads are coming from the rural setting. Even if you take 70-80% of even today's companies employ from rural setting background, right? So all come study in rural towns and come to metropolitan cities like Hyderabad and Bangalore. But if we take the jobs there are a lot of advantages. It's not about me having passion. If you see, it's a low cost, attrition rates are low, they live close to the family, and so many advantages. Especially now, to my surprise, 85% of recruits are girls. That's a, I mean, kind of story tells.
That's a good point that you brought in when you're talking about 85% of your employees or the team right now is women employees, and that's very interesting to know. But then also tell us what is the kind of availability of skill sets and resources that you have, because one of the major challenges all of the IT companies or all of the companies face is they have skill sets, but they're not employable. So what do you think is your experience in terms of finding the right resources and skilled and employable resources?
So as you notice, whether it's big company or small company, everyone has to invest in training. So we cannot just separate a person coming from rural area saying that you are underemployed. So everyone needs training based on your requirement at a corporation. So if you look at it, the so-called underemployment, so it's a skills gap. So luckily, the Telangana government has an agency called TASK, which helps you to really prep them to be employable. So we are using all the tools available at our disposal to make sure that they are employable. Communication is a challenging part, usually coming from rural setting, but last 20 years, where they are learning communication is not an issue. As long as the communication is not an issue for IT job, rest of the skills we learn over the period of time. So I strong believer in it, but to my surprise, it's all really, that's what happening. They all have very good communication. You might have seen some of the interviews given by the real kids who've been employed. Amazing talent, amazing communication skills. Now we are teaching the tech talent whatever they need by task or other means of doing it. So that's all.
That's nice to hear. Well, again, I would like to congratulate, because IT Hub 1 was 7 years and IT Hub 1 to 2 is just 3 months.
Yes.
That itself shows the progress that
Yes.
you've faced. So how do you feel now that you've worked on something, you conceptualized, you worked for it for 7 years, and then now you see the success. So what is the state of mind that it is right now?
Success doesn't stop, it's a journey, right? So you got to see, now it's not one district. So now Telangana government is giving it to 7 to 8 districts. So I'm also trying to coordinate with other district folks, other employees. So the beauty of this concept is the employees and employers are from the same district. So it's a pride moment for them, like homecoming or social entrepreneurship, because everybody studied in their local colleges. Now a lot of successful entrepreneurs from Telangana and other states of the India, right? So if they all come forward to take the help of the government and start IT hubs, you don't need to worry about these bustling cities, Bangalore, Hyderabad, you name it, like wherever you see a lot of crowd, but take the employment. Now the opportunity in infrastructure is there. So this is a very great time to entrepreneurs to think about working with the governments to take their jobs to the rural setting, where it creates a lot of opportunities and India can prosper more using this concept. I'm very proud of it, and it's going to grow fast. And
That's actually nice. You actually remind me of a quote from Swami Vivekananda, which says, "Make a dream, think of an idea, make that idea, live with it, dream of it, and embrace it, so that your muscles and nerves actually talk of it." And that's how you get success.
Yeah, I never been tired or felt, oh my God, this is very troubling to convince. See, the intent is right. I really, really want to do it, and I know I'm going to make it happen. They're working with governments, working with the processes. It takes time. You need to have patience for anything. So now it's a reality. Now everybody can talk about it, but the journey is little difficult. But now you can see that a lot of kids, especially 500 employees, have been employed there. If you look into their faces, you see a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. That's all important. And imagine how much they're going to contribute to the society and economy, especially the girls. They're really very happy. So I feel this model is going to be very successful in the near future. And I hope all other governments going to take this as a model and adapt it, and then start more IT hubs in the years to come.
So now that you have successfully launched 2 IT hubs, what is your future plan? What is the future that you see for IT hub and for yourself?
Yeah, personally, I have to grow my business. That's my focus. Otherwise, no one is going to listen to you, right? You have to be successful at your own home first before. So I'm working with other governments also. Now AP government is interested, and we had discussion with Karnataka government. I mean, whoever is interested, I'm happy to discuss my model. It's no big deal, but at least to make them understand what can be done, how this is going to help rural youth. Coming to Technogen, we have a lot of plans now. Over the 15 plus years we've been in the business, so now we are diversifying and spun off different companies to focus on different areas. Next 5 years is going to be a good story to tell later. So, but yeah, we are focusing a lot of different things and different areas, and we also started a fund called Succeed Innovation Fund to help the startups in Telangana and other parts of India. So that's another thing is in works right now. So a lot of things at stake and a lot of things in progress. All so far going good.
Okay. Along with being a successful entrepreneur, you are also an investor, right? So what are the companies that you have invested in, or what is that you look at when you have to invest in a company?
Yeah, I've been investing in startups from 2008. So again, my heart and passion is always looking at India, and India has a lot of growth coming. If you see last 15 years, tremendous growth happened. So I focus a lot of companies helping. I don't say it's a business. End of the day, it's a profit or loss, but to also help some other entrepreneur to come up in the life, right? So I've been investing in the startups from 2008. So some are good, some are, startup journey is always risky and challenging. But again, going back, I don't give up. So I'll be continuously investing it. So part of the process, I invested almost 7-8 companies. As a strategy change, instead of investing in one startup, we now going in a fund approach. So when you invest in the fund, your money goes into different things. So as part of that, I associated with a company called Powerhouse Ventures. That's run by Sri Peddu, great guy. So that's as I'm a LP, a limited partner. But last 1 year, I'm a general partner in a fund called Succeed Innovation Fund.
So would you like to talk a little more about Succeed? Let everybody understand who does Succeed support.
Yeah, Succeed is a fund. We're primarily focusing on 8 types of businesses or 6 types of businesses. What is bustling and growing in Indian market? It's a SEBI registered, great team, and Vikrant, J. Chaudhary Garu, and all the VVS and Raju, Dheeraj. It has 3 segments in it. We invest like up to 50 lakhs in one segment, 50 to 200 lakhs in one, and 200 above. It depends on the growth. So, Succeed Fund is doing extremely good last 1 year, and we've been investing in multiple companies. So we are expecting a lot of unicorns to happen from Indian market very soon. So anybody looking at India market, so you can see that a lot of investment is happening from institutional investments, happening from overseas also. Same as with individuals. So don't forget to invest in India. So don't feel remorse later. So this is a market. You have a lot of market, customer base. Any company run. So going back to your, when investing, what do you look at it? The problem is one, what problem they're addressing, and a person who is the founder. If the founder is not a great guy to run, you fail, because that's why you have to invest in the person, not the technology, as Kenvil Reiki from Silicon Valley says. You got to invest in a person, not the problem. Problem is, of course, and the passion of the person. Sometimes founders give up, all your investment is gone. So you have to make sure they have that itch and the problem solving and that interest to continue their journey, not to give up.
That's an interesting note. Invest in the person and not in the idea or the technology. So what kind of a person are you?
You have seen last 20 years my journey. I don't give up. I'll persuade, and I'm not worried about the problems. I approach to the way I can handle it. So yeah.
So they say that behind every successful man there is a woman. What is your secret of success? Or tell us a little more about your family.
I have one wife, Kiranmai, and then 2 kids, that is Kaushik and Krushi. So she has always been a great help in business and personal things, and she's also part of the business. She used to work for Verizon, but she is now part of the business. So she takes care of key decisions and financial management and whatnot. And coming to Kaushik, is a 3rd year undergrad at UVA. He's a great kid. I'm very proud of him, and he's very good in studies. He wants to pursue law, and I'm not going to push him to what to do. He's very much interested in what he likes to do. So he likes to do law. And a daughter with 10 years old in 10th grade.
So being a serial entrepreneur, being an investor, and running teams in India and US with 450 consultants, do you even find time for yourself or to do something as a hobby?
I do find time myself. That's what it is. So, going back to your question, running teams again, this is all about passion, right? When you have passion, you're doing something with passion. First of all, you don't get tired. So, the hard work is again another thing. I don't know. We are above that hard work thing. So, I work at least 16 to 18 hours a day, any day. So, but definitely I make sure that I sleep 6 hours, whatever the part of the world I am. So that's good enough for me to keep my journey on. And again, passion that never stops me growing. So never get tired. I don't think anybody complains so far you're tired. I don't like the word tired and busy because if you say busy, that means you're not good at your time management. So I'm very good at my time management. So I follow the principle of do it now. So whatever it is on my plate, I just want to get it over there and then. That keeps me, by the time before I hit the bed, nothing is on my plate. So again, start over tomorrow morning. So as you accumulate, as postponement is suicidal. You postpone things, they accumulate, then later on it's hard for you to manage. So that's two things I always follow in any given day.
What are your other favorite activities that you do other than
I do lot
investing in businesses?
So I used to run marathons. That's a 42 kilometers. Yeah, so I did 5 marathons for a social cause. It's called AIMS India Foundation. And anybody, I associate with other, there is an organization called DNF, District NRI Foundation. We do a lot of fundraising. It's all about giving back. So, you give more, you get more. That's what they say. I don't know whether I'm trying for getting more, but I believe in that. So I associate with a lot of non-profits today and help them to succeed. I serve on their board, yeah.
I think one of the interesting questions your team also will have is that what do you eat that keeps you so active and energetic all the time and keeps you running 24/7?
I eat normal food, nothing exception. I don't take any supplements to succeed. So it's all simple food.
So do you cook food?
Yes, I'm a very good cook, but don't get an opportunity to cook. So I need audiences to have.
I have personally visited IT Hub, and you're pretty much known as Legend Labs in Khammam. So how do you feel about it, and what do you think the students there are looking forward from you, or what do you want to tell them, or what's your message for them?
I don't know about the legend, but I enjoy what I'm doing. Again, as I said, I don't look at the outcome to begin with. I put my heart and soul into it, as to answer to your question. So now Khammam really enjoying the IT Hub. It's provided 500 employment already, and it's going to provide 500 more. So if you look at almost 1,000 plus employment, direct employment gives, if you look at the magnifying impact or multiplier impact of it, going to create almost 7,000 people directly, indirectly going to benefit, and it's going to help economy, right? So, they see me because most of them know that it's my brainchild, the IT Hub. So that's why they try to give some importance. Okay, Lax is here. Let's take a picture of whatever it is. But end of the day, my journey doesn't stop there. It's a continuous, and I'm going to do more. And you may get third phase also, the same location or different location based on the government's acceptance. Now I'm targeting, in the first phase we targeted small and medium scale businesses from USA and Australia, and I wanted to thank them, take a special note and thank them, all the entrepreneurs who supported me. It's not my own journey because I only can persuade the government, but end of the day employers have to create, entrepreneurs have to believe in that concept and create it. I'm happy to see other districts also it's going good. A lot of entrepreneurs are coming up. But going back to your question, it's a golden moment for Khammam having IT Hub in Tier 2, and it's one of its kind in the whole country, really. Yeah, I want the governments to see and take it forward. That's all.
When you thought about IT Hub in 2012, 13, did you think you will reach here at that point in time?
As I said, if I dream it, not only I don't stop it there, I work towards that. I work for that, really. So I had a lot of meetings and a lot of dealing with the bureaucrats is always a journey. They have their own apprehensions. But my idea, my intent, my dream is always same. Okay, I said I want this here. If you see, I know you visited the place. It came out really very well. It's a government building. All we are doing a plug and play office space. So there's nothing to grab here. You pay rent, you use it. If you don't lose it, you move on to the other places. So yeah, it's really doing good right now.
One of the interesting things that I noticed is you live in US, you are a citizen, you are an NRI for us, but most of your work that you're doing is for people in India. Why is that? What drives you to do that?
See, I left this country because those days the opportunities were limited. But just because I left, I became a US citizen. I pledged allegiance there, but I still, my heart and soul always in India, Mother India, right? So you can never forget your mother or motherland. So those two things always keep me active. So now world is so small, it's a global village. So the infrastructure, the things are, you can operate from anywhere. So that's what it is. So yeah, India is close to my heart. Anything that we do a lot of projects, even on the non-profit side. So as I told you, I am associated with a lot of non-profits within India. That's where the most of the need is. So you cannot feed somebody who has full stomach. So you rather feed somebody who is empty stomach. That gives the happiness and joy. Yeah.
So what are the two things that you look for if somebody has to be part of Laxus team?
Again, the passion, the person has to have a passion and the vision and the interest to work towards that. I mean, it's Laxus team or anybody's team, entrepreneurship is all about profit or loss, it's not emotions. So you got to make sure your first 5 hires are very important for any organization to succeed. So when you are carefully hiring, you got to carefully analyze not only on the business side and a personal front in how he or she can really take your journey, because if they don't believe in your dream, you cannot succeed. See, me dreaming alone cannot do it. My vision, my dream has to percolate to all my employees, all my partners. That's how it has to be important. So you got to look at a person, whether he or she good at what she is interested in. If the passion doesn't align, you fail, that's all. And failing is not an option on Laxus Watch. So that's everyone knows in my team.
Oh, that's a nice quote. Failing is not an option on Laxus Watch. Nice. So do you have any message for the budding entrepreneurs?
The message for them is, everyone says work hard, and your passion doesn't matter to others. So make sure that you address the problem along with your passion, that succeeds. And all your problems should be mass appealing. Sometimes your passion is addressed to small, tiny bit. You cannot be so big in terms of the scaling up. So make sure that hard work and your passion in terms of solving the problems, and then mass in nature. So otherwise everything else been taught in the business school. So there's not much. But yeah, hard work and passion only can drive you. And don't get tired, don't give up. So things, sometimes don't work, they don't come the way you expect. So don't give up. If you intend and your dream is true, you will get it, period. There's no doubt about it. And I have realized many dreams.
You actually remind me of a quote that says, the difference between a successful person and a normal person is not lack of knowledge, but it's lack of will.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I think you're doing right now. Congratulations for all the success that you have found so far, and I really wish that it is 10-fold or 20-fold or 100x as such, and definitely worth everything that you have done. I see that you have been the most, apt example for that. You're willing to do it and you're passionate about it, and that's why you're doing a lot of things. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate, and at any point in time, any support needed, I think all of us, your team, everybody is there to support you. And thank you so much. Nice to know your journey in a very quick note. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rashmi. Thank you all for your time and all good questions you asked. So thank you so much. Yeah.